Good morning to all those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we're playing Detective Grimoire. So, this is a part of the Grimoire series, Detective Grimoire series. So the character who is Grimoire in this game actually doesn't look like this in future games. So this was one of those games from my childhood that I got to play, and I actually want to play it again. So, let's get right into it. Coils & Co. Fairground, late last night. I am planning to play all three. At least with this first one though, I don't think, it will be more than one video. I can't get that stuck, I don't think. And there we have it. The murder has happened. So, from what I know, all of the games preceding this are not only a lot longer, but also a lot more polished. But this game is actually pretty polished, especially for the time. So, PD file 054, victim Hugh Everton, crime, murder. At 10:28 last night, a body was found at the local fairground that operates just outside of town. The cleaner, one Jerry Springers, discovered the dead body of his former colleague inside the Hall of Mirrors. All of the evidence points towards murder. The clown Charles Ringer, who works at the very same fairground, is the main suspect. He seems to have some less than favorable links with the victim. This grim case remains unsolved. The fairground manager, Mr. Jerry Collins, has stated he will have to permanently shut down operations. Private Detective Grimoire has been called to clear things up. We've got one evening to find the truth about what happened last night. If Grimoire can't solve this mystery, nobody can. And with that, we begin. So Officer James, I'm not gonna repeat myself again, Grimoire. You're listening this time, right? Something pretty nasty happened here last night. I'd say everyone in that fairground is a suspect, and you're the only one. Also, you only got this one evening to do your thing. My thing? Don't tell me you're getting nervous now. The other guys tell me you're the best at this. You're not gonna let me down, are you? It's your job to talk to the suspects and explore the fairground for clues. You'll obviously need to take a look at the crime scene. But don't overlook any details, understand? Right. I think I understand. I have a bad feeling about this place. I can't shake it. Everyone is a suspect. Do your job. Find out who is a credible alibi and who is lying to you. You should be able to work out who the murderer is by proving everyone else innocent. If you're confused about what to do, don't hesitate to ask me. Alternatively, the tutorial information is available from your notes page, where you can also save your game. That's neither here nor there. Tell me about it. That thing is here, there, everywhere. Okay. Let's, move into the fairground. There's someone here. Wait, what? That's creepy. What on earth? Where are your parents? This is a scene of a crime. I know. That's why I'm gonna help you out. Detective? Why did you say it like that? I'm a real detective. In that case, where's your hat? If I had a nickel, detectives don't have to wear hats anymore. Plus, it messes up my hair. I believe you. Anyways, hat or not, you're still gonna need this. A map of the fairgrounds? Hey, thanks. See you later. I have no idea who that was, but I'm pretty sure she's not the murderer. I sure hope not anyways. So she also reappears, later on in the series, but she also has a different look. This place is pretty renowned, but I can't see any clues yet. Alright. There's someone here, too. I'd better start this investigation underway. Hey, you over there? Who on earth are you? I'm Detective Grimoire. I'm here to solve the mystery of last night's murder. Right, I see it now. The trench coat and everything. Aren't you supposed to wear a hat too? That's besides the point. Hugh Everton was the murdered last night, and Hugh Charles Winger. You're a suspect, the main suspect in fact. Oh, because I'm a clown who made that wonderful leap of logic. I mean, clowns are creepy as fuck, so I don't blame him. Look, I know Hugh, and I never got on, but I can tell you one thing. I'm not capable of murder or anything. Close. Fuck. I'm really bad at reading tonight. Look at me. Is this the face of a killer? I'm gonna have to get a little more information out of him, I think. There's a small opening here. I might be able to get in this way, but I'm not sure. I'll come back later. Oh, okay, so I can use the blue arrows. Sorry, it's been like a long time since I've played this. And like, I'm really excited to be actually playing it again. But yeah, the funhouse is falling apart. I think it was the victim's job to look after it. So we already went to the introduction. If you're not the killer, what were you doing last night? I was here, of course. You know, being a clown and all that. I left quite late, actually. I had a few hold-ups in the evening, but I didn't see anything suspicious. What was the last thing you saw before you left? Let's see. On my way out, I walked past the Hall of Mirrors and noticed that the door was slightly open. I closed it and carried on through the fairground. The only strange thing about that whole episode was how quiet the Hall of Mirrors was. It normally lets out a loud creak when you move it. I think that's part of the attraction, you know? Hall of Mirrors, that's the crime scene. I wonder why the door didn't creak that evening and why it was open. So you work as the clown at the fairground. How long have you been here? Long time. Too long, in fact. I don't really like the way things are going around here. I've no idea why I haven't left for good. I was appalled when the boss hired Hugh Everton to look after the funhouse. Not only was he useless at his job, but he was nearly completely deaf with old age. It was not practical. Still, no one deserves, well, you know. He was deaf with an old age. Not very good at his job. This could be important. important information. Do you get on with the rest of the staff? That'd be a bit of an exaggeration, I'm afraid. I don't mind Mandy and her uncle, but that Ricky, I'm a top-notch entertainer. War character is just too much. He doesn't even like kids. What a joke. He doesn't take any pride in his work. Looks like Charles finds it hard to get on with it. He's the entertainer, I think. Also, who is Charles? To talk about pride with that big hole in his costume. Maybe, I should ask him about that. Oh, you mean that one? If you don't mind me asking, why is there a big hole in your trousers? Surely you'd want to be a little neater than that, even if you are a clown. To be honest, I'd rather we didn't talk about the unfortunate condition on my frilly clown slacks. That's the first time anyone has ever said that, I bet. Still, there must be more to the story of his ripped clothing. Maybe I can find a clue that will get him to elaborate. Alright, let's move on. Oh, that's Mandy. Excuse me, miss. Do you work here? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, fuck, I hate that laugh. The name's Mandy. Mandy Fur. I'm in charge of running this store. You seem a bit young to be working in a place like this, don't you think? You seem a bit young to be a private detective. Oh, are detectives only allowed to wear a hat when they reach a certain age? Hey, I'm older than I look, I'll have you know. Anyways, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? I'm conducting an investigation to find about last night's murder. Oh, of course you are. Why else would you show up here unless you're after some candy floss? Did you know it's actually bad for you? My power of detection, do stretch that far. Thanks. I'm not sure what to tell you. I worked here for a little while. I got a job through my uncle. This job is helping me pay for college, but it's a lot of fun too. I get to hand out toys to kids. Who doesn't want that? I wonder if Uncle is at the fairground. I wonder why there are so many books. I'll try to asking Mandy about them, I suppose. Oh, let's go through the notes. So we have the car park, entrance, game store, fun house. Yeah, it just tells me a little bit more about the area. Oh, notes on locations will be added as you progress. Okay, we got books. We got 6 profiles. These toys look really cheap. Maybe I should ask Mandy about them. I can't be certain, but I don't think that it's possible to win that ring toss game. I'm not going to try my luck anyhow. Oh. Alright, that's not actually that bad. Oh, okay, we can ask her a few things. Could you tell me what you were doing last night? How could I forget, really? I was here late, like I normally am, just kicking about. Eventually, I hear shouts coming from the hall of mirrors, and then Jerry, oh, that's the cleaner, he comes running over to me and starts telling me about what happened. I helped them call the police. After they showed up, we were allowed to go home. So, you were one of the last people here last night? It seems that way. But I was here at my stall the whole time. I had things to do, you know. I wonder why Mandy Fuck. It's just, not my day to do reading. I wonder why Mandy stays late every night. I think I should have a look around before I press her about it. You get on with the other staff here at the fairgrounds. Oh yeah, the guys often argue amongst themselves, but I stay out of it. Charles, the clown, is a pretty hard guy to get on with, but he's got a good heart. I can't say I had a particular dislike for anyone, except, well, Jerry does get on my nerves, but he's sweet, I guess. I got on well with you, although no one could deny he was pretty useless at his job. The funhouse was always in a terrible state. Sometimes I tried to help you with repairs or ideas for improvements, but he never get anything done. I always figured the boss would replace him, but now look what happened. Sounds like Mandy had an interest in the funhouse. I don't want to be rude, but these cheap toys... Oh, these toys look pretty cheap. I've never seen those characters anywhere before. What? You never heard of Turquoise the Bunny? And his friend, Ruby Rabbit? What about everyone's favorite, the King of Scare Felix? Or Jimmy Striped Horse? He's quite a new one, actually. Okay then. Oh, they're just, for when I get bored, you know? It can get pretty quiet around here. There are an awful lot of them. Are you sure they're just for light reading? Yeah, I mean, what else would I need them? I'm not sure about that, about this, but maybe I help thinking. Those books have something to do, with what Mandy was doing last night. When a character is hiding something, you must perform an eye contact interrogation to get the truth out of them. You can control Grimoire's eye movements with your mouse, hold your cursor to the left of his face, look away from the suspect, and as soon as they begin lying to you, you should be able to tell. There will be a white flash to move your cursor to the right to look them in the eye. If you get it right, they will break down and tell you the truth. Now move your mouse back to the back button and start eye contact. Can you tell me why those books on your desk? Can a girl have hobby? There we go. That goes way too fast. Okay, you win. I'll tell you what I'm up to, since you seem so eager to know. I'm studying for my exams, and these are all my, revision books. I need to bring them to the fairground because it's the only chance I get to get over them. Is that why you stayed late last night? That's right. I stay late most nights and use the time alone to get some work done. My exams are in 2 weeks. I'm totally unprepared. That makes sense. Why did you keep it from me though? I'm not sure. I suppose I was worried. You'd think I was weird bringing my revision books, to work like this. Don't worry, I don't think you're weird. Now, I'm the one who has been caught lying. Either way, I'm pretty sure it clears up, Mandy's alibi. I think I believe her about this. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, so the suspects will begin with a suspect stamp. Once you find out enough information about the subject, each stamp will change to an innocent stamp. Obviously, one suspect will not be innocent. So that person's stamp will not change once you have. So she's still a suspect. Okay. What? You never... I can't be certain, but... Oh. So, there's something else I have to ask. Oh! Hey, it's you again. You need to find your parents and go home, I'm afraid. I can't go just yet. You still need my help. I'm quite capable of carrying out this investigation without you, thanks. Although the map is pretty useful. Really? Have you managed to get into the funhouse yet? There's a small opening to the left in the main door. You can go through there. It'll lead into this small office where he used to work. Thanks, I guess. She's gone. What a weird kid. I guess I'll try getting through that opening after I checked out the scene of the crime. This place is a mess, but there's no one here minding the stall. What's this green market pen doing here? I can't help but feeling it's out of place. You can clearly see the hollow mirrors through that grubby little window. Alright, I think we have another clue. The pen was lying there when I got here this morning. It's not normally there. Is it important? It might be. Clown's red nose. I wonder what it's doing on the ground. Hey there, kiddo, what's your name? Well, it's Grimoire. Detective Grimoire, and I'm no kid, thank you very much. Sounds like somebody needs some candy floss. Did you lose your hat? I don't need any candy floss, and I did not lose my hat. Now, if you don't mind, I need to ask you about last night's murder. Hey man, no need to shout. That I did not expect. Can a guy really be a kid's entertainer? Oh, can that guy? Yeah, so I'm the entertainer here. I entertain kids and stuff. That's great. Wiki Warner, is it? That's it. What do you want then? Well, I'm not very entertained, that's for sure. Oh. Maybe I should ask a clown about that. Oh, okay. So we have some actual details actually filled out. Tell me about last night. Right, then I need to know everything you saw last night. In as much detail as you can, please. Yeah, I was here all evening. Nothing happened. You have to remember something, I think. I hope he does, or I'll be a little stuck. Well, I guess there was, the one thing. Excellent, please go on. I went home pretty late. On my way past here, I saw Hugo. Outside the Hall of Mirrors, Hugh. Yeah, he was heading inside actually, mumbling something about leaving the light on. The light? Was it on late last night? Yeah, I don't know why though. Maybe that's why he was going in to switch it off. Did you notice anything else? I didn't see anything. Not even... Well, see that oil by the door to the Hall of Mirrors? That wasn't there when he went in last night. I see. Well, that's very helpful. Thanks, Rick. Wait, there's one more thing. As I was walking away, I heard a loud squeaking noise. I guess it was probably the Hall of Mirrors door. Wow, it turned out to be useful after all. What? I mean, thanks again. So he went into the Hall of Mirrors to turn off the light. The oil wasn't on the ground when he went in. And the door let out a squeak when he opened it. What does that all mean? Oh, some oil has been spilled right by the hole. I didn't even see that. Alright, tell me about the fairground. Can you tell me anything else about the fairground? I can't think of anything. Oh, one big happy family. Yep, that's right. Is that so? Yeah, well, people thought he was a waste of space, but he kind of was. Like, the fun house is a tip. That's not really safe. I remember, Varia always said she could do a better job of running it. Yeah, me and you both. There's some black marks on the ground. Looks like someone tried to wipe something away. The mirror has broken down on one side. The door into the hall is not visible in the now shattered reflection. There's a large blood stain on the floor. Understandable, really. Yeah. Doesn't seem like crime, right? So, alright, that's cool. Hey! Pete. Why, hello there, young man. Can I help you with something? As a matter of fact, you can. I assume you know all about, the murder last night. I'm afraid to say I do. Such a terrible loss. No one can, comprehend it. Well, one is going to have to try. You're the mechanic, right? Peter Pat, at your service. I bet you met my niece. Oh, Mandy's your niece. Okay. Yes, I have. Glad to hear it. I hope she was polite to you. So, this is Mandy's uncle, the mechanic. I wonder what I can learn from him. Hey, there aren't many clues back there. Oh, cool. If you don't mind me asking, where were you last night? Well, think about that. For most of the evening, I was fixing the back of the funhouse. As always, haha. Well, I remember leaving relatively early. Thinking upon it now. I'm quite glad I did. Did you see or hear anything suspicious last night? Anything at all? Well, I did catch a glimpse of young Ricky and Charles arguing, right over there by the Hall of Mirrors. The entertainer and the clown. Ricky and Charles were arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. What about? I'm not normally one for eavesdropping, but of course. But I think it was something to do with being popular with the children. And something about a red nose. I can't remember what else. Maybe you should ask them. I'll definitely go back and ask Ricky and Charles about that. It might be important. Have you worked here long? Yes, very long. I've seen many staff members come and go, but Gary normally knows how to run things. Gary, who's that? Oh, Gary Collins, our boss. You'll probably meet him, probably find him in his office. Yeah, he's usually capable of making the right decisions. But not always. Is anyone? Does he want me to answer? Oh, good, he looked away. So, I'm no good at rhetorical questions. How well do you get on with the rest of the staff? As well as could be expected. Apart from, I've been known to argue with Charles on a couple of occasions. But most of the people here are guilty of that. He's so difficult sometimes. Sounds like Pete doesn't have much love for Charles the clown. So you like the way things are around here? Most of the time, yeah. I think I could say that I'm not the only one to think of the funhouse has seen better days. Hugh never really enjoyed his job, I don't think. Hugh let the funhouse fall into a state of disarray? Yes, I'm afraid so. My niece, Mandy, often complains of it to me. I tell her not to cause trouble, but I know she could do a better job any day. So Pete knows his niece's desire to run the funhouse. Oh, actually... Okay. So, we have a few more clues. That's good. This place is the food court. I'm not sure I'd want to eat here myself. Oh, I can click and drag. Hi, I found a pair of pliers, blue wire cutters, in the bin. They appear to have some sort of chili dish on special. There's a drawing depicting you getting hit by lightning. It has been drawn in green pen. There's an argument on the wall about clowns. It seems to have been written by two different people. Yes, I'm in the toilet cubicle. My glamorous, high-profile detective life is going smoothly. Are you Jerry Spears? The police tell me you're the one to discover the murder last night. You got it. That was pretty scary stuff, I tell you. I can imagine. You're the cleaner here at the fairground, I am correct? I prefer the term refuge engineer, actually. Oh, sure, I'm sorry. You look quite young to be working at. Too young to be working at a fun fair. Most of the guys here are too old. That's what I say. Yeah. I am the youngest person here. But being young has its perks, you know? Cleaner or not, I have a feeling this guy is going to have some important information on him. Obviously, I'll need you to recount the events of last night. You're an important witness. Oh, don't worry, man. I've been over this in my head since last night. I haven't forgotten a single detail. Oh, bad. I stayed pretty late. I was cleaning up around here all evening. Eventually I went around the whole fairground to give it a final clean. That's when I went into the hall of mirrors and found you. You weren't the last person in there though, right? That's right, Mandy was still here working away, so I ran to find her. We called the police, and as soon as I'd arrived, after we gave our statements, we were allowed to leave. And that's it? Yeah. Why, did I forget something? So normally, you're around the food court. Naturally. This is the area that needs the most cleaning. Did you notice anything else yesterday? Seems like you'd have a pretty good view from here. Good view, you bet. I did notice a couple of things here. I got here real early, you see, before the boss. I saw Pete coming from the direction of the office in the morning. He put something in that bin there. And then he went into the toilet cubicle. Is that right? I bet he probably scribbled some stupid message on the wall there. People are always using it as a message board. Honestly, it's just extra work for me, you know? Sounds like I really need to check out that bin and the toilet cubicle. I already have. The fun fair is so run down. How has it not been shut down by the health inspectors? I get that a lot. Why, they have even employed a cleaner, you're thinking? Apparently the abandoned lot is popular with the kids these days. We create everything to look old, and rusted and dirty, but in fact it's actually all incredibly clean. The table behind me is only a couple days old. Hold on. How do you tell when things really do get done? See, I guess I have no idea. It makes my job easier, don't you think? More time to take in the sights. The sights? What do you mean by the sights? Oh, well, the trees, the birds, and whatnot, stuff like that, right? I haven't noticed a single tree or bird since I've been here. I think Jerry's hiding something. I love this part. Shit, I'm missing something. What is it that you love to stare at all day? Or should I just take a guess? I just sort of go into my only world as a kid when I do that kind of thing. I think it's something more specific. Like Mandy Furrow. What? Why her? That's so special about... Okay, I can't. I give in. I can't help myself. She's just so perfect. Can you blame me? You stay in the food court, so you can stare at Mandy all day. Don't you think that's a little creepy? I'll bet I'm the least creepy person you've spoken here at the fairground. Don't judge me so harshly. Don't worry, kid. I won't say anything. Still, maybe you should find a hobby or something. Don't worry, kid. I feel so old. Anyway, Jerry, creepy as he is, wasn't lying about that. I guess he's only young. I wonder what Mandy thinks of him. Oh, okay. So, we have one suspect who's already innocent. Go. Hello, Gary. How did you get in here? This is for staff on the area. Well, just sort of knocked, and you opened the door for me. Do you not remember? Yes, I remember now. You're the local inspector. Come to sort out this mess, right? I prefer detective, actually. And yes, that's right. My mistake. I was led to believe detectives were hats. That's all. I don't like this guy already. I'm Gary Collins. I run the fairground. Probably not much longer with the way things are going. A murder in my own grounds. I can imagine. It must be difficult times. But that's where I come in, you see. I'm wondering how hefty this guy is really gonna be. Still, it's my job to try. Some interesting things here. Would you mind explaining to me what you were doing yesterday evening? Yesterday, why? Oh, yes, the murder. I had quite forgotten. I remember myself being annoyed yesterday. Quite dehydrated, yes. I remember coming in shortly before lunch and putting various costumes into the wardrobe like usual. So Collins brings in the costumes themselves. And he arrived shortly before lunch. It was quite hot out. You see, my office gets awfully stuffy in the sun, and I couldn't find a way to cool it down. That's, well, all important, I suppose. When did you leave in the evening? I always stay later than everyone else and go over the fairground for a final check before I leave. Well, I normally do. I think I did last night. I don't see why I wouldn't. There was nothing special going on. Sounds like Collins is unsure when he left last night. Maybe there's a clue in here that can help me get the truth out of him. Should ask Miss Collins. Have you been the manager of the fairground long? As long as I can remember, to be honest. So, about 5 minutes now. I take great pride in ensuring a safe environment for all my staff and all the public. Some of the staff has been urging me to get rid of Hugh for a while. Did you know he was nearly completely deaf? I did actually. Who was trying to get rid of Hugh then? Well, neither Charles nor Pete particularly loved him. He caused more problems than he solved, that's for sure. Doesn't sound like Hugh was very popular around here. But who was it that finally decided to get rid of him? I noticed your office was a bit of a mess. Doesn't particularly surprise me, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yes, well, I can assure you I keep this office perfectly tidy under normal circumstances. I haven't really had the time to clear up recently. So the mess is your fault? Well, who else would it be? There's only one odd thing. My favorite green pen has gone missing from the pot on the desk. It's probably got lost in the mess somewhere, but I noticed it disappeared from my room quite suddenly yesterday. After I came back from lunch, I think. So, was someone in here during the time Collins went to lunch? And then the water cooler. You told me you couldn't find a way to cool down yesterday. What about the water cooler over there? You're quite right, of course. The water cooler you refer was in fact broken when I came into work yesterday. Not knowing much about these things myself, I called Pete, our mechanic, to fix it. I think that was around lunchtime. I left him to get on with it as I went to lunch. So you left him in here alone. Did you fix it? Come to think of it, he didn't. I really should press him on that. I didn't see him again that day, actually. Pete was in here alone while Collins was at lunch. The calendar on the wall says get home early on late night's entry. Oh, last night's entry. Maybe I should ask Colin about this. There was no green marker in these set of pens. The pot looks like it had been knocked over. The wire providing power to the water cooler has been cut. There's a wardrobe here which holds the costumes for the fairground. Hey, that's my pen. It went missing last night. It should be with the others on my desk. Hold on, it's nearly run out. Someone has been using it. And then I haven't got a spare to help you with that. Sorry. Okay. You're telling me it's not broken. It's been sabotaged. This is an outrage. Water coolers just aren't safe anymore. I'm glad I'm not a water cooler. Yeah, that's the part with the missing pen. I need all the primary and secondary colors, damn it. It's like I said, I normally stay late at the fairground, and give the fairground a final check before I head home. But the Countess is clearly reminding you to go home early last night. Did you or did you not leave early last night? a bit of both. Collins is definitely hiding something from me. Time to get the truth. You told me you normally give the fairgrounds a final check before you go home. I think you were along the way. I don't know what. As far as I can remember, I didn't pick it. There we go. I mean, nothing except, well, maybe. Spill it. Alright, I'll admit, I rushed home early last night to watch the Star Explorer all night marathon channel 18. I'm sorry. You what? It was wrong, I know. I couldn't help let the viewing opportunity like that pass me by. My fellow explorers would laugh at me. I suppose you've, learned me a lesson. This guy's a little weird, but it's not like he's lying about this, not for a second. So we got 2 innocent people. Now we just need to clear up the rest. There aren't many clues back here. Alright, let's start with Pete. I've not seen that before. You may as well throw it out. The ink has really nearly run out. I don't think I've ever seen those before. They're a little dirty. Where did you find them? In the bin, actually, by the food court. Oh, I suppose that explains why they're dirty. Doesn't take a genius to see Pete as avoiding the obvious here. Those wires cutters were convicted from the cool. Well, they could have fallen out. They are exactly the same as all the other tools on your belt. There's even one space empty. Oh, you're right. They're all blue-handled. Oh, well, I suppose you're right. Haha. Must have fallen off my belt when I was having lunch. And someone found them and put them in the bin. I'm not convinced at all. Still seems like that's going to say on the subject. Mr. Collins really should really take greater care over his belongings. Does that say? Well, I suppose you're right. They must have fallen off my belt when having lunch. Someone found them in the bin. I'm not convinced at all. Okay. I don't think I'm getting any more out of him, I guess. I spoke to your uncle, Peter Nubhat. You could have told me that he was the mechanic. Who's your uncle? Did I not mention that? I didn't really think anything of it. I guess. Uncle Pete's a good guy. He works hard. Sometimes a little too hard, I think. Oh, alright. So, she's innocent now? I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. I'm not sure about that. The red nose was found outside the crime scene. There's only one guy around here with a red nose, and it's not Rudolph, if you catch my drift. Alright, so it's a red nose, but I have no idea how he got there, honestly. I'm almost certain Charles is holding back something, but why? Shit! The red nose was found outside the scene of crime. Could you tell me why it was lying on the ground inside your face? Getting on my nerves, you know, shoving it in my face. Ooh, that got him. Alright, I'll tell you why it was lying on the ground if you really must know. Success. It didn't fall on my face. In fact, it was pulled off by some of the kids that came to the fairground. They were making fun of me, and I was just trying to keep my cool. Are you happy now? That's not the sort of thing you'd happily make out. I think I can believe Charles on this one. Still a suspect, though. Pete told me that he saw you and Ricky arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. This sounded like a serious murder. Would you mind telling me what it was all about? Ricky and I are always arguing. It's no big deal, really. He's just the argumentative type. You're better off grilling him about this. Maybe I should ask Ricky about this. Alright, that leaves 3 out of 6. Alright. Oh, I can use the map to fast travel. That's actually kind of convenient. So you sure you get on with everyone here at the fairground? Yeah, I just kind of keep to myself usually. I'm not really convinced. Pete told me he saw you and Charles arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. Can you explain yourself? I don't see what I didn't really argue much. Please hold him back. Should I push him? I suspect you arguing outside the same tribal colors and suspect if the dummy wasn't. That's not an answer. I don't see what. Got him. You're lying. I'm certain you and you don't get along with Charles at all. Hey man, there's no need to shout like that. Like I said, tell me the truth then. Alright, well, I don't get along with Charles. We do argue. It's always the same. The kids make fun of him and so on. He gets annoyed, tries to take it out on me. Nothing ever comes of it. Nothing. Well, I suppose that clears that up. I'm beginning to think that this argument was a red herring. Someone is trying to distract me. That only leaves Pete. I can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors. Light shining through the single window. Let's see. Yo-Yo must have tripped off the roof. I'm pretty sure it's been there for quite a while. I'm actually pretty sure it's not. Honestly, Ricky and Charles are so immature sometimes. Graffiti put there by some untidy youth, no doubt. There aren't many clues back here. Let's go back to the game stall, actually. Oh, actually... yeah, I'll admit to that one. Ricky and I are always arguing about petty stuff like that. It's childish, I know, but hey, it's the fairground, right? Someone do that on the bathroom wall. That's a pretty stupid move, if you ask me. What a nasty shade of green, too. There's a considerable space behind the table. Looks like there's no one here at the moment. Huh. Let's see. Right, she has no clue about that. I haven't got a clue. Huh. That's kind of funny, what I said. Don't you think? Am I allowed to say no? I think I should talk to Wiki about this. Alright, I'll admit, Ringer and I have our little quarrels. See, I drew the picture of some kid pulling off the nose, right? That's gold. So the graffiti has come from Rick and Charles. Well, why? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is, sorry. Huh. You might want to show that to Ringer. Huh. Now... the whole affair, it really is a terrible shame. Honestly, some people just don't know how to keep their shoes clean. I bet it was that idiot Charles Ringer. That's a good point. Nothing here. Is that gonna help me out? Doesn't look promising. Oh, that's inside the funhouse. Hey, we can actually finally get in. Oh, it's a tight squeeze, but I got through. I hope there's something worthwhile here. This place is just as run down as everywhere else. It's possible to see the hollow mirrors through the window here. I can see that the light is on. Hey, we found the murder weapon. Whoa, this has to be the murder weapon. And what's this? A brightly colored rag, tied around the glass shard. Two clues at once. Oh, hey! The victim's to-do list. It's been added to with a green pen. The to-do list, it has... Can I actually get a look at it? Shit. This place is just run down. Alright, this has, led to some interesting findings. Granted, there is still a clue that is missing. So, it's likely Charles is the murderer. That's wardrobe. Ah, he was always writing to-do lists and then never doing them. Huh. What's that side note? It looks like it was written with my favorite green pen. Any other clues would be useful. Wedding. Food court. Haha, good old Hugh, trying to be organized. I don't think he ever completed any of his lists, you know? Alright, let's stop clowning around. I just wanted a quick look at anything. This has to be the murder weapon, and this... What's this? A brightly colored rag tied around the glass shard. Two clues at once. Oh! I think I know what the last clue is. Someone... there are always glass shards on the floor. Doesn't seem to be very many. Oh, right. Cool. Now let's go confront the clown. Hey, that's a piece of cloth from your clown costume. Oh, that's what. Why do you have it? It was found on the weapon. I'm afraid. Looks like your luck has just run out. Wait, I can explain. I get my costume from the wardrobe in the boss's office. He brings in the costumes when he comes into work and places them into the wardrobe. I arrived at the fairground just after lunch. I went in to get my costume and found a big hole in it. Besides, looks like this rag, it's really not like me to damage my own clothes. It's covered in some black stuff. Suppose it would be pretty stupid to wrap the murder weapon in your own clothes. Why don't you go talk to the boss, Mr. Collins? He normally is in the office just around the corner. Looks pretty sharp. Could you even hold that without hurting yourself? I mean, that's a fair point. Alright. That rag looks like it comes from Charles' costume. It's got a nasty smear on it, like it... That's not like Charles at all. Huh. I honestly think I know who the suspect is. And it's not looking good for old Pete. Alright. Let's grill. That's nothing to do with me, young man. I don't even know what that is. He looked away from me when he said that. Well, that's a weapon, alright? It looks very difficult to hold. What if the person was wearing gloves? I suppose. Then I suppose they'd be able to hold it. Honestly, Hugh, you're not looking good. Hey, it looks like you've got your suspect. Are you ready to give your final conclusion? Let's do it. That can't be right. Did you miss something? Alright, that was definitely worth it. The murder weapon. The first thing Pete did was cut the wire for Colin's water cooler. He left the wires in the bin outside. His first mistake. Why did Pete cut the wire from the cooler? Yeah, he did it so he got cold. Colin's arrived, bringing with him the costumes for the day. He notices that the water cooler is broken, and he calls Pete to fix it during lunch. Pete goes into the office, takes the green pen from the desk, and rips a section off Charles' costume. He eventually uses the pen to draw a picture. Pete drew a picture of... Oh, where? Got it. By the time Charles arrived, he got into the office and takes his whipped clown costume from the cupboard. Later, Pete visits the hollow mirror, to smash the mirror. He takes the largest shard that falls and wraps it in Charles's leg. He did it to frame Charles' ringer. Before leaving, he leaves on the main line. He then hides in the empty game stall, where he accidentally leaves behind the green marker. Hugh sees the hollow mirror light through the window in his office. As he goes to turn off the light, the door lets out a loud squeak. Because Pete had oiled the door before going in. Pete follows, but not to attract any unwanted attention, he hastily oils the door to silence it before entering, causing a spillage by the door. Hugh had been distracted by the broken mirror, but could not see behind him, for the mirror is cracked down the side that would normally reflect the door. Pete wiped up some oil to create the smears. Pete stabbed Hugh in the back with the glass shard. On his way out, he noticed that he has spilt more oil on the floor. He hastily wipes it up with Charles's rag. Before making an exit, Pete hides the murder weapon along with the oily rag behind a frame in Hugh's own very own office. So he wanted to frame Charles. He hated having to fix the fun house, and he wanted Mandy to run the fountain house. There we go. Bingo bango, we got him. Alright, so that was Detective Grimoire Fairgrounds. So this is going to be very different from any future games in the series, as they drastically changed the art style and polished later games in the series, which I am very excited to tackle. But that's really it. That's the whole game, and at least the first game. It's an older game, don't get me wrong, but it's, I really liked it. Maybe I'll play some other games from my childhood, but, we'll see. But anyways, thank you for tuning into our frequency. This is the Rebel Lemon, signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.